Yo, what's good, kings and queens? This your boy Don, and I'm back for another reaction video today. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you know every time I post. If you're not new to the channel, please go down below, hit that like button. Y'all already know, put your social medias down below so I could go ahead and pin one of y'all. Whoever gets pinned, of course, you already know you're gonna be having some prize coming your way. Most likely money, so it doesn't matter. Prize coming your way, you heard. Other than that, we got a great video today. We're going to be reacting to the craziest things found by airport security. Y'all could imagine what they found, man. I know y'all could imagine because people be bringing stuff to the airport that you'll be like, really? Why would you bring this? But then at the same time, a lot of times people bring stuff that I think that they don't think that it should be brought or they don't know. And I think a lot of times people don't be knowing. Like they probably didn't see it get put in there or they put it in there to hide it and they're not at the airport and it's wraps. Who knows, you heard? Hopefully we get this video. If y'all know or if y'all had any instances like this where they found something crazy on you, put it down in the comments, you heard? Also, if you think you have some ideas of some crazy things or seen something, I don't know, y'all let me know in the comments, you heard, of which I think gonna be in the video. No cheating, please. Other than that, let's get into the video, you heard.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Extreme Trends
Oh, I
here.
keep
While
hitting
most
my
travellers
knees,
have
huh?
had enough time adhering to the strict baggage allowance and security restrictions at airports, there are others who dare to defy all the rules as they attempt to sneak any number of bizarre items into an airplane to try and smuggle old items through the checkpoints. Few were successful, most were regrettably stupid. Hollywood scriptwriters couldn't even dream half this stuff up. So without further ado, here is the 10 craziest things found by airport security.
Alright, what you got,
Number
son?
10, body of iPhones. Authorities in Hong Kong say they caught this smartass attempting to smuggle 94 iPhones into China by strapping the devices to his body. Customs police questioned this man due to the way he was walking and his posture, which, judging by the photos taken by customs officials, was understandably impacted. A routine search of the man's luggage produced no contraband, but he set off a loud alarm when he attempted to walk through a metal detector.
Right. Like he didn't think that was going to happen. In the mission you heard, please go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell. It's all free. That's how we get rid of these commercials. Please do that for me, y'all. I don't want to see no more commercials, and I'm sure y'all don't need that. You heard. Other than that, let's get into the video. Let's get back into the video.
The iPhone seized from the man include 5S, 6 and 6 Plus models, all of which are available for purchase in China. However, these smartphones retail for a lower price in Hong Kong than in Midlands China. It estimates that the man's contraband was worth more than 300,000 yen or $48,000. He may have lost his 94 iPhones but likely made the record books. Number 9, live pigeons. An alleged bird smuggler had his feathers ruffled when customs officer seized 2 live pigeons stuffed into his tie. The 23-year-old man of Meadow Heights in suburban Melbourne had landed at Melbourne Airport after a flight from Dubai when customs and border control officers stopped him and searched his bags. They allegedly found in the man's pocket a multivitamin container holding 2 birds, and further search revealed that he was wearing tights with 2 live birds stuffed inside one of its legs. Officers also seized a money belt containing plant seeds and undeclared samples of air plants in the passenger's baggage before he was handed over to Australia's quarantine and inspection service staff. Wildlife smuggling is not only cruel to the animals involved, but it also poses a severe risk to the Australian environment and the health of the Australian community. It is important that people declare all animals and plant materials to Customs and Border Protection when they enter Australia. If convicted, the alleged smuggler could face up to 10 years in jail and or a $110,000 fine. When confronted with a large anonymous box that vigorously smells of rotten organs, most people would walk the other way. But as it's airline security's job to investigate these matters, a brave inspector at Carlo International Airport cracked open such a container to uncover a ghoulish present of 420 pounds of cow brains. The organs had arrived in the company of 3 people flying in from Sudan. Incredibly, it was the 4th time in that week that somebody had to try and fly with contraband cow brains into the country. One can imagine that Egyptian custom employees are grown tired of being slapped in the eyes by surprise troves of loads. The rationale behind the influx of shady brain smugglers, Sudan of sheep cow noggins, and Carlo apparently hungers for them the way the Cookie Monster loves his chocolate chip cookies. A bovine brain that retails for just under $1 in Sudan can go up to 6 times as much in Egypt's capital. That's good money, and all you have to do for it is have a Dexter-like detachment from dripping blood and glandulous tissue. So what happens to this cholesterol-rich cargo when it hits the streets of Carlo? One of which it might end up next to slabs of liver on a hot grill of a sidewalk food vendor where Egyptians with growing stomachs can chomp on brain sandwiches.
Okay.
A deceased
Y'all
body.
eating
Now,
that?
this one sounds like a scene from a movie, Weekend at Barney's. A mother and daughter allegedly tried to smuggle a dead relative on a packed holiday jet. There is one substantial reason why some people try to smuggle corpses on board, and that's because cargo will never beat the low-cost airlines. Check-in staff became suspicious when 91-year-old Kirk was pushed up in a wheelchair motionless. His head slumped to one side while wearing shades. But when they quizzed his wife Geeta and daughter Anki, the pair told them that he was just sleeping. They were arrested on suspicion of failing to give notification of a death. But the defiant pair insisted that they had done no wrong and claimed that Alzheimer's sufferer Kurt was alive when they arrived at Liverpool's airport to catch an EasyJet flight to Berlin. But police suspect Geeta and Anki may have been trying to smuggle him aboard to avoid the $3,000 fee. The pair have been released on bail. Number 6, a human skull. Having a voodoo priestess go through airport security check-in would be weird enough, but wait till you see what she had in her luggage. In 2006, a woman by the name Merlene Severe, a Haitian-born permanent US resident, was stopped by custom and border protection officials. She tried to smuggle a human head into the US without proper documentation. It still had teeth, hair, and bits of skin and lots of dirt on it, which was used in a religious ceremony to ward off evil spirits. Since traveling body parts must have a death certificate, the skull was confiscated and Merlene Severe was sentenced to 2 years of probation and had to pay a $1,000 fine. Number 5, power chainsaw. It seems a no-brainer that chainsaws wouldn't be an acceptable item to take as luggage on a plane, but this man gave it a go anyway. In 2012, he made an absurd attempt to smuggle a fully gassed-up power chainsaw through a checkpoint in New York's regional airport. Surprisingly, the man was allowed to board the flight with the chainsaw. He needed to remove the fuel, which was confiscated by transportation security. Number 4.
Right, as long as it don't work, right? I mean, as long as it fit in your luggage and it don't work, I would say he should be valid, right? I mean, but it is a sharp object, so how do they feel about that? I don't know. Obviously, he's good, so I don't know. In the mission, please hit that like button so we can not get any in the mission. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, y'all. It's all free, you heard. I appreciate y'all for popping out. Let's see what they talking about, son.
$1 million worth of gold bars. These airline staff made a startling discovery during a routine cleaning. The Jet Airways aircraft landed at Kolkata's International Airport from Bangkok and was being cleaned before a scheduled flight to eastern Patna City. The 2 bags hidden in one of the toilets of the Jet Airways flight triggered first a bomb scare, then a smuggle probe, as the bags were found to contain 24 pieces of gold. The bars, which weigh 1 kilogram each or 2.2 pounds, were the same size as a portable smartphone and currently remain unclaimed. India is one of the world's biggest consumers of gold. The government increased the gold import duty recently, which officials say has encouraged smuggling. A stash of 24 gold bars worth more than $1.1 million have been confiscated by the officials. I better make sure I check the toilets before I get off the plane next time.
Facts.
Number 3, a live tiger. Of all the things that people have tried to take on a vacation with them, this is certainly among the strangest. A Thai woman was arrested after trying to smuggle a baby tiger cub out of Thailand in her checked luggage. Authorities first knew something was wrong when the woman checked in for her flight from Bangkok airport to Iran. They said she was acting suspiciously, and while the bag wasn't moving, it sure looked oversized. So airport employees x-rayed the suitcase. Hidden among stuffed toy tigers was a 2-month-old real tiger cub that had been drugged. Smuggling animals is a risky business, but can reap large reward for the traffickers if they get away with it. So the 31-year-old woman who was attempting to smuggle the young cub had hoped to fetch up to 2,000 euros on the Iran black market. The woman was arrested and the tiger was sent to a wildlife 2, marijuana grenade. If you really want to bring weed on an airplane, do not stash it in a grenade. Before marijuana was legal in the state of Colorado, US, in 2012 a man was stopped at the Denver airport because he was carrying a grenade. Since explosives are obviously forbidden at airports,
and that's why I said he probably stashed it there.
Officials confiscated the grenade and examined it. They found that the grenade wasn't that dangerous since it was stuffed with marijuana. I bet he was definitely high thinking that this was a smart idea. Coming in at number 1 and probably the creepiest one so far is 200 live tarantulas. Dutch custom officials at Amsterdam airport confiscated what was hidden in a couple suitcase and clothing in 2012. They found 200 live tarantulas and an assortment of other insects including bugs, crickets, grasshoppers and millipedes. If that wasn't weird enough, many of the tarantulas were pretty rare and also very poisonous. The animals were collected by a German couple on a recent trip to Peru and were put in plastic containers and tubes hidden in their clothing, shoes and suitcases. A criminal case has been opened up against the German couple and that the arachnids and various other creepy crawlies have been handed over to Dutch animal welfare authorities. After the insects were confiscated, there were no mentions of what charges, if any, the couple may face. Imagine if the couple got through the security and you were on that very same flight with those hairy little creatures walking around the plane. Definitely not a flight you would want to be on.
No.
Now, since I found this topic super interesting and there are so many shocking discoveries by the airport security, I thought I would share with you 2 more bonus stories.
Alright, what you
got?
Brace
yourself because this one is pretty shocking. So essentially, at number 11, we have an 8-year-old boy found in someone's luggage. Border control officials discovered the suitcase after the X-ray image was seen and displayed on their monitors. It was a disturbing image of a small boy. The boy was 8 years old and apparently he was in a bad state. The mother and father were arrested when they tried to smuggle him out of the country. The father said that he wanted to bring his son to the Canary Islands with them. They obviously didn't know that the security had a complete averseness of what's in the bag while it goes through the scan. I bet these couple got the Mother and Father of the Year award. Let's wrap it up on this list, and at number 12 we have 18 human heads. It was just a regular day at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, lugging luggage, tracking shipments, and thousands of pieces going from one destination to another without a hitch. But on that day, something unimaginable happened. Making a way through customs, this regular cargo shipment week before Christmas was packed in 3 containers. They were x-rayed, and that's when agents discovered 18 human heads. Headlines were ablaze, raising questions as to where these heads were being sent and why they were being sent there. It turns out that it was quite a legitimate medical shipment and due to a mix-up of paperwork, got everybody quite fired up. They were originally sent from a medical facility in Rome and were then returned to Chicago for disposal as part of an agreement. As strange as it sounds, people actually ship body parts to universities and hospitals all the time.
To be
we
tested.
just don't hear much about it. I know you were expecting this one to be illegal, but it's still pretty creepy. So that has been the top 10 craziest things found by...
If y'all like this video, please let me know down in the comments if I should react to something else similar to it, or maybe not. If it is something different, let me know in the comments what I should react to, you heard. Please follow all my social media. Everything is up there, you heard. Just shot another video. About to go shoot another one right now. See y'all there? Yeah? I bet. Peace. Love. Dawn.